Hey guys, welcome to the Hmongipino Podcast, bringing you love, culture, and having fun to your life. I'm Danga.
I'm Impact.
And welcome to our channel.
Today's episode is brought to you by Boundless Goodz, a new used store online on eBay. Make sure you check them out. The holidays coming around. Make sure you get your friends or family something cool. All right. And last but not least, the one and only djdangadang. Check her mix on Soundcloud. Everything's for free. Listen to it. There's a variety of different type of music for you to work out with, dance with, and pretty much hang around with in your house or whatever you're doing. Yeah. So check them out. Check her out.
Cool.
Yes. How you doing, Bubba? How you doing?
I'm having a great day today. I woke up early. I've been trying to do an early wake up workout before my PT, and I had a good session at PT, and my
Nice.
body fluctuates, like it's in pain a lot, but today is a good day. The pain isn't too bad, so feeling good. How are you?
That's good. I am not doing good today, but I am trying my best to turn the days into something better for myself. I hurt myself recently at my jiu-jitsu class, and it's okay. It's one of those things where I'm going to have to learn from it and grow from it.
I hope you feel better
Yeah,
soon.
taking it one step at a time, and currently, trying to slow down in terms of my life at the moment. And I'm okay with you right now. We're here, and I'm excited to be here. So yeah, we are here.
Cool.
I am here.
So we are introducing a new topic, and what I love about our podcast, just kind of reflecting back on the reason why we started our podcast. I think one of your reasons was to, like, this would be something you would want to share with our kids, like talking about our lives, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Is that what it was?
Kids, families, friends. Yeah, I mean, life
And
is
I always think about like how our lives were in the past, and dance was a big part of our lives. We've been in many organizations and events together, and one that we wanted to focus on for this podcast was Culture Shock.
Culture Shock Los Angeles.
Yeah, and
.org.
.org. And I think it's so special because it's been a long time. It's been a minute since we've even talked about that part of our lives together before, and it's made such a big imprint in our lives. Yeah. So it's and they just had their 30th
year anniversary.
Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be cool to reminisce about the good times.
Yes, I agree. It's not just dance stuff, but that's how we both met.
Yeah.
So I do think it's something special to dive in more deep, and share more detailed information about it and our experience. So
if you don't know what Culture Shock is, Culture Shock LA specifically for us, but for Culture Shock, I'm going to read it because
yes, read it. This is what they have on the website.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. We'll dive into it. But Culture Shock Los Angeles is a nonprofit dance company that utilizes hip-hop dance and culture to cultivate meaningful education, empowerment, and entertainment programs that inspire positive change in the communities we serve.
Yes.
Yeah, Culture Shock.
And the mission statement is, we are a troop of individuals who, through the power of music and dance, cultivate self-worth and dignity, respect for all people. I still remember the mission statement.
Yeah, me too. That was engraved in our brains forever.
But it's such an empowering mission statement to kind of carry along with you throughout your life. I believe for myself, I'm pretty sure you could agree on that too. So shout out to Coach Shock for ingraining something positive and impactful in our lives.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So let's talk about how did you first get involved with Culture Shock?
I saw Coach Shock, one of their first benefit show. I believe it's the second benefit show. It's not the first one. I believe the first one was Heavenly Sent. Mm-hmm. The second one was the one that I attend, which is called Color We, right? And that one was about AIDS. right? Yeah, AIDS, and it was just a positive, benefit show for the community. And during that time, I was part of Pac Monter. I was still dancing with the collegiate team, Pac Monter, at Cal State Long Beach, and I believe it was not through words, but it was, the community, dance community is all connected in somehow, some way, I believe. And I don't know who brought it up about going to watch the benefit show, but I remember being excited about just going. I don't know what it was about, or oh no, actually take it back. It was Valpal. Yeah, now I'm trying to think about it. Yeah, it is Valpal. Valpal was already dancing for Coach Chalk Los Angeles, and Valpal is my twin brother's girlfriend. That's how I went to the benefit show, because we really went to that show to support her, and she was already dancing for, I believe, the breaking team already.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know how I got. I went. I'm pretty sure that was the reason, and we went and watched the show, and no expectation. I honestly didn't know what the show was going to be about, and then it was beautiful. It was amazing. There was lots of great exhibition team, like Jabberwocky was there. Who else? I forgot, but I remember Jabberwocky had an exhibition showcase, and the show itself was so meaningful, so impactful, and memorable in terms of my experience. And that was when I realized it for myself. Oh, I'm gonna probably want to try to be part of this organization. And yeah, the next year came along, tryout came, and my brother and I I think my friend. No, I didn't meet Manny yet. I met Manny through Coach Shock. But Coach Shock, my brother and I, we went and auditioned, and we got down with the breaking team. During that time, Richie was directing. So that's how I joined. I joined through the breaking team. During that time, I still wanted to do choreo and perform, but also wanted to dedicate more of my time to breaking. Because I thought about joining Pac Monter again, because it was either Pac or something else, and I decided to join Coach Shock because I feel like they were wherein I joined. I think I was gonna be able to do what I want more, which is breaking a little bit, and also performing on stage, because again, that's something I love to do as well. So
Cool.
yeah, that's my little origin story, how I got down. I'm trying to remember, and I believe that was really what it is. So thank you, Val Pal. I appreciate you for introducing me to Coach Shock Los Angeles. Yeah. How about you, Bubs?
Well,
Did you go to Color Week?
I did
Oh,
go to
wow.
Color
We
So my journey.
Was there together.
Oh, let me fix this. My journey into Culture Shock was I was in Samahang Modern at the time. I was coordinating, but all of the previous Samahang Modern coordinators moved on to Culture Shock. So it was like Michelle
Transition, huh?
Costello,
Ah.
Dennis Kaindek was also Samahang leader, and they all went to Culture Shock
Yeah, I
after.
see.
So I always thought it was like a rite of passage. I was like, okay, I'm done with Samahang.
I see what
I
you're
graduated. So, okay, Culture Shock is like the next thing you should get into.
Maybe it was like that for me too, because Pac Monter was like that. Mickey Guerrero was very directing, and he was a big direct. He was a part of Pac Monter as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like
big,
that's like the next step
transition
after you graduate. So I also attended the Culture Shock benefit show, Color We, and I was blown away. I think it was what I liked about it. Well, it was everything. It was like a whole production. There was dance, there was spoken word, there were the kids, there was so many things, and I thought it was well produced. Like there wasn't anything like lacking. It was like everything was meaningful and purposeful, and they were benefiting AIDS bringing awareness to AIDS and raising money. And I was like, man, they're able to take dance to the next level and do something more with it. And I was like drawn to that. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do.
I believe that was my first time seeing a hip hop dance company done something like that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'm pretty sure there probably was some already, but like that was at least my first experience. So maybe that's why it was so impactful.
Yeah.
It's left such an imprint on my memory and for me as a dancer and for me. So that was part of one of your reason too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
the benefit
definitely.
show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I tried out, and then
you made it.
And then I did make it. I tried out for the commercial side.
commercial, which
Yeah.
is just hip hop dance choreography.
Like, yeah,
I
choreography.
think mentioned they call it more commercial because usually you will see that type of dance. I mean choreography as in the industry, the dance industry, in terms of music videos and I guess commercials and award shows, right? Pretty much dancing alongside artists during that time.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, I don't know, but I'm assuming. Yeah, so if you don't know, Coach Shock also do more than just dance entertainment. We Coach Shock in general does a lot of other stuff which involve education and community enrichment as well. So what thought we'll dive into that more,
Yeah.
right, Bubba?
Uh-huh.
So we'll talk about entertainment, and just because we're still talking about how we met Coach Shock and how we discovered it in our life, and it was really through entertainment. We were highly entertained by the beneficial colorway, and that was something that impacted us to even being part of the organization. I know my Bubby, you eventually became artist director as well, and you eventually directed Future Shock as well.
Yeah.
And as long as me, I also have my also leadership role in terms of within the organization as well through our career. You want to talk a little bit about entertainment?
Yeah. So Culture Shock has divided the organization into 3 forks of service.
Yep.
So the first one is entertainment, which is, this is what they wrote. We are committed to creating innovative performance pieces that keep the organization at the forefront of hip-hop dance, melding current and classic dance forms to create our own unique artistic style. What does that mean? What does that mean? There's a lot of fancy words.
Well, when
but
you
what
were
do
reading that, I will say that one thing that popped in my mind is like unique and art, like I guess like creating a unique artistic style. I feel like Coach Shock definitely paved the way in terms of creating production that had meaningful meaning behind it that benefit a certain cause. So I feel like that style of creating shows, right? Having beginning and middle and end, or sometimes even starting from different way of telling story on stage and production. I believe Coach Shock, that is definitely one of Coach Shock's style, right?
Yeah.
So
And
hearing that, I will say that was one of their style, and it's still continuing today.
And I think
Right.
from the time we were on it, they were always trying to stay true to the foundation
Yes.
of all the hip hop styles,
Yes.
while also still being up to date and with what's relevant and being the bridge to those two.
Yes, I
two,
agree.
Right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that was
yeah.
always a big thing when we were. In
Yeah,
it.
that's true. You're right about that. I believe Coach Shock have done and tried their best, and still today are still trying their best to keep bridging new and old tradition together, and within a dance community. They by even throwing events, right?
Yeah.
Like H4. We'll talk more about that later on, but it doesn't. It's just not within the entertainment, but even training. They brought a lot of pioneers to come and train the dancer within certain dance style, street dance style. So I agree. Yeah.
Even let's say thinking about how the teams were before. So when we joined, it was first split up into different crews.
Yeah. There were the breaking team, a locking team. There was not a popping team until the next year, from my memory, right? There were only locking, breaking, and the hip hop commercial team. And the following year was when we were able to do popping, from my memory, right?
Yeah.
So I loved how they did that in a way where they dedicated space for each style to grow and cultivate, and do their best to kind of create artistic art, pretty much production piece that could be on stage.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I mean, that was a unique experience within Coach Shock from my experience. I don't think there's a team, that organization, that's doing that at the moment. Beside Versatile, I think Versatile is also something that maybe we'll talk more about Versatile in the future as well. But there are also another organization that we have been a part of that also experienced amazing stuff through them as well. So, but I'm speaking a little bit about them only in comparison to Coach Shock right now. But yeah, I think that's really unique, right? In terms of dedicating time and space for a certain dance style. And from my experience, I enjoyed it a lot because it gave me a chance to grow in my craft and at the same time learn from pioneer like Po One came and taught us. I thought it was cool. Uh, different poppers came out and trained other poppers and so on. So I think that was great.
Yeah, I did like how they brought OGs to like train us, but like during that time with Culture Shock, we had dancers in our generation that were the top of their style, I guess.
Oh yeah.
And we were able to like share with each other too. Like,
It's like
I
a
thought
hub,
the
huh?
breaking
Yeah.
crew were like, they're pretty good breakers. Like
Yeah.
they're really good. Poppers were like really good too. Like
That's
in the
true.
street scene, the lockers like really top of the street scene. Commercial, you had
Yeah.
to audition and like be at a certain part to be a part of the team. And when we come together, we're able to like share what we do and then like be inspired by you
Yeah.
guys too, and like learn. There were we do like our own practices on Thursdays, and on Sundays we'd come together and train each other.
Yeah.
Which is so fun.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was real cool. It's like a shared space, a shared experience, a place where you could grow on certain craft that you always are curious about as a dancer. Because I was always
Yeah.
curious about locking a lot during that time. From my memory, locking was also a style that I always had an experience of joy from, right, and loving, and making like playing with it, right. But to learn some real foundation from lockers, the locking team was really
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I think so. I could truly say that I learned not just breaking and grew my breaking craft, but also how to incorporate other dance style within my element and dance in general, and be versatile.
Versatile.
Yeah, versatile dancer. So yeah, I mean, I agree.
I wanted to share because I'm wondering if other culture shockers are listening to this and like kind of reminiscing with us, or if like the new generation are like listening to our podcast and kind of like seeing how it was back then, back in the day.
Yeah.
But there's like this one exercise called four corners. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where we had a different style in every corner.
Yeah, it's
This
wow.
is like training, and then like we
I
do like
remember
2/8
that.
counts, and then we switch corners, and we do like cross training like that. And then I remember
Transition,
we'd always
yeah.
dance to
And there
Chief
was
Rocka.
there was a transition as you move to the next
Yeah,
style as well.
like
So
commando,
one,
right?
two,
So-
yeah, dance, and a transition,
Yeah.
get to that corner, and then you do the training.
Yeah. So it's like just
Yes.
how the mission statement was ingrained in my head. Like four corners was like ingrained
I
in my
totally
head.
forgot
too.
about that.
But that was like one of the
Wow.
fun things. we
Yeah, I
did.
remember that. That was cool.
And then so they had separate crews, and then eventually they merged into one crew.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what do you think about that? Do you think it should
The
have
training?
stayed like separate crews,
Um,
or do you like
I
how
think
it's all together?
evolving with time was something that I feel like pretty sure with everything in life in general, you need to kind of evolve and adapt and grow. You know what I mean? So I feel like the community during that time was perfect for that era, where because I feel like the dance style was still really separated during that time, right, within its own communities. So it was perfect to have that street style broken up to different company and pretty much it's a big company, but into different class of like sub companies, right?
Yeah.
I think it works during that time. Now I think it still could work. Right now it still could work, but transitional times happens, and it is what it is right now. I feel like Coach Shock is doing great in terms of what they are aiming to provide for the community. So,
Yeah.
what do you think? You think? I only think that it was perfect for during that time. I'm not saying that it can't happen again. Again, it just depends on, I guess, what works right now for our community, right? And what's
Yeah.
more in demand, if anything, right?
Yeah.
Because right now I feel like during that time it was still trying to put all the style together to kind of learn how to have a cohesive experience and journey, and what we create out of it. But now it's like things are so mixed right now that sometimes all styles are just one style a little bit too, So it's interesting. So yeah, I think it still could work, but I feel like during that time it was perfect because it was still really new, fresh,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Entertainment.
And then so entertainment.
Entertainment.
A big part of that was the benefit shows.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like it has changed from back then.
Uh-huh.
2007 was when I joined.
Mm-hmm.
We both joined at the
Yep.
same year.
Same year.
Which is how many, like 15 years ago?
Damn. I don't know. I didn't really think about it. Yes, 15 years.
But I don't know if there's an evolution of change with the benefit shows, except in the past ones they've had an immersive dance show, which is different
Yeah.
from any of the other.
It's unique to the
benefit
time,
shows.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's unique to the time, and it's what hit to the time at the moment, right? What's new and what's
Yeah.
refreshing. Because, you know, as a company, you don't want to keep repeating a lot of stuff over and over sometime, right?
Mhm.
You want to, and the unique thing about Koshak too is that it renew dancer every year, right? So you have a new class of artists coming in, and you constantly are trying to recreate new stuff. Maybe you're trying to
Yeah.
recreate the same stuff along with new stuff, you know? So I think the immersive is great. I haven't got a chance to watch it, so I'm still eventually trying to make my way there to watch it.
Mhm.
I haven't got a chance to opportunity to watch it, but from what I know, it's amazing. Make sure you check it out if you can when they do have it again. But from my experience, all the benefits, what makes Koshak unique in terms of entertainment is every year there's something you look forward to is that benefit show, right?
Mhm.
When you join Koshak.
Yeah.
And you're training, doing all these other performance within other dance community, right? Other dance shows, but your main focus, at least from my experience, our main focus was getting to that benefit show, you know, and what story we're telling, what kind of character we're creating within them, and how we're gonna benefit the community. And we gotta remember this: everything that we did during the time was free, and all the dancers is doing it out of pure love for the culture and for the
Yeah.
community
Right.
and for what we stand for. You know,
Yep.
I always had to remind myself that all those hard work of doing it for free was worth it because it's the experience and stuff that we learned within the organization, and that's
Yeah.
because the organization did provide a way to express yourself, to learn and grow within
Mhm.
entertainment, and a chance to educate. Right, that we'll
Right.
talk more about education and a chance to empower the community. We're gonna talk more of that later on too. Right now we're just diving into entertainment, but
Yeah.
yeah,
That's great. I'm like having all these flashbacks of.
I am right now too.
Yeah, I'm getting lost in my thoughts
Yes.
because it's been such a long time, and you know what's with the benefit shows, it is like what you look forward to throughout
throughout the year.
Like that's
You're
like
at that
the end
season.
of the year
Yep.
hoopla, and it's not like, you know, like we always create something. It's like creating something with the team that you have. Like
Yeah.
the next year you'll re-audition, you'll get new people, and it changes it into something
Yep.
different. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like what you've created throughout the year with the group that you have.
Yeah. It's
And-
unique. It's unique to that season, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and it's also a challenge too. I feel like that's one of the challenge for Koshak from my experience is getting a new team and trying to rebuild and recreate what we can for for that
Mhm.
season, right? But yeah, at least from my experience with entertainment, you know, there's also other entertainment that Koshak we also do within the dance community and within just to empower the community itself, right? Going to going to schools and performing at assembly shows to showcase and educate what dance styles are, and also to educate what Koshak is, right? So
Right.
there's other individual smaller entertainment pieces that we also created for certain category that Koshak stand for too. So I guess let's dive into education since we're
Yeah,
talking about
sure.
educating. I mean, the second focus, the second
Fork
focus
of
service
service,
is
yeah.
education.
We
Yeah.
encourage and motivate students through the Los Angeles community to achieve artistic and personal goals by providing progressive training and performance opportunities in hip hop and street dance forms.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that, bub. The thing pops up to my head is the youth team within Koshak, right? Koshak is a organization that branch off to many
I thought that was what this was.
empowerment. Well, yeah, I also think about education as well in terms of when I think, well, at least my experience, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like as an older dancer, when I was a part of Coach Shock, it was really important to kind of spread the knowledge that you learned to your younger peers, and that's sometimes Future Shock Los Angeles, right? Mini
Yeah.
Shock and Mighty Shock, right?
Yeah.
I mean, eventually there were that too, but I would say education also because we do a lot of outreach programs,
Yeah.
right? We
That's
Coach Shock have the chance to
education.
work with the Dare Dance program.
Yeah.
Coach Shock also
Or
have
is it DEA?
yeah
I don't
DA
know.
yeah the DA
Yeah.
youth dance program as well. So we have provide many opportunity. I mean, Coach has provided you the opportunity to teach to become a actual teacher
Right.
at KIP Illuminar. Right,
Yeah.
that's your dream job.
I
right?
think
To educate and provide dance education. So
I think there was a time when I was in culture shock where dance education was my favorite part. Like I look forward to being able to teach classes, teach after school classes and sometimes in school classes. And it started with having a requirement of doing is that outreach? Outreach,
Yeah,
right?
outreach, yeah.
Dancers would volunteer to perform like an assembly,
Yeah.
like a 30-minute assembly to like motivate students to join the after school program. And then a dancer would teach after school program for like 16 weeks or something. And
Yeah.
they would have like an end of the school
Culmination.
year culmination.
Mhm.
And I thought that was my favorite part because you got to take what you loved and then share it with other, the
Yeah.
kids and the
Yeah.
youth, and
Within an,
the love that you have,
LA.
you see that spark in their faces, and it's
Mhm.
like, oh, you're starting to love it like how I love it.
Yep.
And then you get to teach them the foundation and how to build your socializing skills,
Mhm.
and then how to perform like
Yeah.
a professional dancer.
Yeah.
So
Giving them that experience, right?
yeah,
I hear you.
I thought that was one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I got to know you more through that too, because our beginning years, right?
Mhm.
You were also part of the community outreach program, along with me and other dancer. Like my brother was part of it, Val Powell was part of it. A lot of other dancer within the Coach Shock community where we were part of the Dipper Dance program, and we would teach at different LA county schools, and eventually from there you get to bring your class, your location, your students to perform at the main culmination that Coach Shock Los Angeles had provide, right? And it's great because
Yeah.
you get a chance to see the performance and see the teachers through their students.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I'll always like remember because I watched my student and compared to my brother, and it was like, wow, that's so my brother, like so villain.
Uh-huh.
I see Val, oh, that's so Val, and I see yours,
Yeah.
oh, that's so Danga. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I think that's something that is unique too, because you do see your students. I guess your teaching reflect through your students,
Yeah, that
and
was
it was a
fun.
really cool experience because that's such an impact thing in their life too. Because I don't think a lot of them will get that experience.
Yeah.
And I only speak of that because I know I have students that now are professional dancers within the dance industry, and sometimes they'll reach out. I think that's great.
Yeah.
They're reaching out saying that I was the reason why they're dancing right now and
Yeah.
out there pursuing their dance career and dancing with these artists and so on. So I think that's something that you never know how impact your teaching and you as a instructor to them will be, right, in their future. So
I remember
Yeah.
during the assemblies, I think that was the first time I noticed you and Villain.
oh
Just because whenever we do our assemblies, we'd have like someone from each crew, but then if the breakers are there, like, oh, we got the breakers because they got all the the crowd pleasers. We're like so excited.
oh yay oh yeah you're so funny.
But I thought that was just a memory that I remembered.
Wow.
But yeah,
Yes,
we
yeah.
did the culmination.
Yeah, Dare Dance culmination, and I have to remember this too, that Coach Shock provides professional training for us as teacher as well to go within these dance classes, right, to teach and so on.
Yeah.
So that's something that I also value because I got to learn how to be a teaching artist through Culture Shock Los Angeles.
Right.
And that's something real important. From organizing how your class would be, having a roadmap from the end to the beginning, from taking from the beginning to the end, right?
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I feel like that's a unique experience within our Culture Shock Los Angeles itself, right? And I feel like they provide that for not just me, but so many other people within Culture Shock. So.
And the tools that I learned led the way to my dream job at Kip Illuminar too. So I was doing different residencies at different schools, and yeah, I met Mara Bond, and she was like founding her own school, and she was looking for the best like dance
Teacher.
She wanted to have a dance program, and she was like scouting out different dance classes or dance teachers to add to her.
I remember when she came to the assembly and you were teaching, I think.
Yeah.
That was so
cool.
cool.
Yeah, it was our class.
It was our class. Yeah.
Aww.
That was cool. And then you got the opportunity.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool
amazing.
too.
And then I took all the stuff I learned in Culture Shock and brought it to my own classroom. So that was cool.
Yeah, I mean, you created one of the first hip hop dance program within is it a private school or
charters?
It's charter school.
Charter school.
Yeah, it's a charter school. So I think that was a unique experience within itself, right? I feel like during that time there was not a lot of that type of, I guess, program for kids. Yeah. And I think that's something that's cool with hip hop is the ability to adapt to the environment and be able to provide something so impactful. So, yeah, that's a little bit of dance education, right, Coach Shock? Our experience, we've gone out and teach, perform, got a chance to be on a stage with our student too, and so on. So, and not just that, grow as teaching artists. So that was important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aww.
Memories.
I just had memories of, we as a dance teacher, you're with your kids, like you have a program for like 16 weeks or something.
Yeah.
And then like you do a culmination like inside the classroom, and then you bring all the Culture Shock dancers in, and they're like movie stars whenever they're the dancers are here, and it's like their one time they get to see dancers outside of your teacher, right? And it's like a big deal for them. It's probably like core memories in their head. I think that's really fun.
I mean, I remember when people come and do plays, right, at our school. I used to just think they were famous people too, as little kids, right?
Yeah.
So imagine them seeing us as dancer. I will say it's similar to that. So yeah.
All right, you ready for the last
fork
of service? Empowerment. We strive to inspire and empower future generations by mentoring 3 apprentice dance companies who advance their dance and performance skills while engaging in meaningful service activities.
Yes.
So I'm thinking this is the youth teams, right?
There you go, yeah.
Just because when we did the forks of service, it was a little bit different. So I'm wondering if it's evolved into something different.
Definitely.
And so empowerment is more the youth teams like Future Shock, Mighty Shock, Mini Shock, LA.
Yeah, I love it because like the 3 E's. I'm pretty sure that's what they're calling. Who remembers the 3 E's?
3 E's?
Oh yeah, entertainment, education, empowerment.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's cool. So yeah, empowerment, Future Shock Los Angeles, Mighty Shock Los Angeles, and Mini Shock Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I got a chance to work with all teams in terms of whether I was directing or maybe just to come and train. So my experience with the youth team is they're the future of the organization because it's also a pipeline of training your dancer to get to a point where eventually they're adults and they could join the adult team. And then they could still spread the same message what the organization have provided in the first place. So I think it's a pipeline of trainees, right? Because you want to train your student to eventually be able to, run the roles that you want them to run, like or perform or entertain, or educate, right? I guess I'm going back, and it's a full circle. It's a full circle, right? So yeah. What's your experience with Coach Shock Los Angeles, the mini teams and the youth teams?
I used to be the artistic director for Future Shock LA, and shout out to Stacy Stacy Kuramoto. I don't know if that's what's her last name now. Different, but she's the one that helped create the youth teams. And I mean, when we first joined, it was just Future Shock, and which was like 13 through 17 years old, and then the Mighty Shock team is like 12 to 17, and then the minis are like 12 and under. So being able to have all these kids, training them in all the different styles and the mission statement and everything that the organization is about, so that way when they're adults, they're
Yeah.
able to just live the culture shock life and the mission.
And
Is-
we seen, like kids grown up to be part of Coach Shock and are definitely impacting the world through their dance and art, right?
Yeah.
I only name a few. Justin Santiago, right? All the
Yeah.
Santiago family plays a big part, the Pontilla family, I always remember them,
Yeah.
right? Jesse and them. So I mean, there's a pipeline of amazing dancers that came from Culture Shock youth team that are now still dancing with Coach Shock and still leading youth teams as well. So
Yeah,
what's-
I just think about like the
Yeah.
culture shock dancers that used to be in the youth teams, and I'm like, oh, I remember when you were in Future Shock and
yeah, it's interesting.
you were doing the Disneyland set, right?
Yeah. Ian, my true
I
buddy.
know, and then now they're
still in it,
full on
yeah.
adults. It's crazy to see.
Yeah.
He's still a part of the
Wow.
company, so
And you also see how impactful the community, the organization is on their life as well, right? Because I feel like it also made them who they are today in some way, somehow too. So it's pretty impactful. So
and then you see them give back,
give back. Mhm.
Yeah, so it's like
It's just the cycle, right? Because I feel like them learning from their instructor and their, I guess, their role models, right? And they're trying to also recreate that as a role model themselves now. So I think that's something that is unique within Coach Shock organization as well, right? Because they're able to provide that pipeline that generates and recreate itself. So props to Coach Shock. I really do enjoy that part of them as well, because I got a chance to work with you, Shock, alongside you,
yeah,
right? And I learned so much through you as an artist director, as a co-artist director. That was also part of one of my most memorable experience with Coach Shock, not just dancing within the organization, because during that time I wasn't even dancing with them, I was just directing, and that gave me a totally different experience within the organization, where now today if I teach or if I direct, I will always go back to my memories of working with you, because I've learned so much, right? And I will also always be able to take those memory and put it in the present time to kind of help with what I'm doing. So if anything, I learned a lot through that as well,
I always appreciate culture shock because you can learn from each other.
Yep.
Everything, not just dance, like not just the different dance styles. You can learn different tools as being a teacher. You can learn tools as being a director.
Yep.
You just learn from your friends, and I mean, like
Each one teach one.
You're not the best at it, but
Yeah.
then like you have the opportunity to experiment with
Yep.
it,
I agree.
learn, grow, and then build that confidence.
Yeah.
And
Like Tiffany Bong, she's definitely one of my seafood in terms of teaching, being a teaching artist, and she's
Yeah.
an amazing person right now who's running Universal Hip Hop. Right, that's
Yeah.
another a great organization out there that is impacting the community through hip hop, dance, and education as well.
yeah,
So
I learned a lot from her
Yeah.
too.
and that's through sharing and growing with each other. And I think that's something, the beauty of hip hop and a hip hop organization, right, is to be able to create that environment where you could learn and grow with each other. So shout out to Coach Shock.
I also want to shout out Arnel Calvario.
Yes.
And also Allison Tanaka. I mean, there's so much that goes into running an organization and keeping it alive for 30
Arnel.
years.
Allison. Arnel.
I mean, yeah,
Double A's.
definitely a backbone of Culture
True.
Shock LA.
Yes, and they're still there. That's
Yeah.
how great they are, and I agree. Shout out to Allison Tanaka and Arnel Cabarro Ripkins.
Ripkins.
Yeah, they are definitely two big pillars within the organization, and I feel like the dance community too, in general. So thank you so much. I just want to say thank you.
Yeah. We're saying our goodbyes now. Thank
No,
you.
I'm not saying goodbye. I'm just saying thank you, Coach Shock, and thank you, Arnell Covario and Allison Tanaka, and also thank you to all my my directors when I was part of it.
Yeah.
I'd rather say it now than if I never got a chance to. Thank you. You know, shout out to Richie. He was my director at the
Oh.
breaking. Shout out to Mickey.
Oh, yeah. Mickey.
He was our artistic director.
Shout out to Michelle.
Michelle Costello.
Costello.
Yeah.
I remember my memory.
Tiffany Bong.
I really, appreciate everyone for everything we've learned. I think
Yes.
Culture Shock was a part of our lives
Yes.
for that era of our life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
for
even say
that-
right now too, like if you're a dancer, you're confused, you know what the heck you want to do in your life, I'll say go join Coach Shock Los Angeles. I think that, right?
Why?
One, because it will give you a place to connect with other dancer. Two, you're gonna grow still as a dancer. Three,
Mm-hmm.
you get the chance to do all the three forms of service,
Yeah.
right? Entertain. You get to be part of entertainment, education, and empowerment.
Yeah.
That's powerful. If you can't experience that itself, if you're not changing, there's definitely something wrong. Because
Yeah.
you know, what I mean, I think that's my recommendation to any dancer who come up to me. It was like, what can I do right now? I'm in LA. I'm confused. I try the industry, but it's weird.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know how to
Yeah.
be part of the community. So I did go join Coach Shock. It's a great organization. Or get involved with Versatile. There's another great organization too. But you know, I'm just saying about Coach Shock. I would say I would recommend that organization to you.
Yeah, we'll give Versatile their
yes,
own
yes,
episode.
yes. We are coming more. All right.
Are you ready for the lightning round?
Yeah, we are doing a lightning round about Coach Shock for each other, right?
Yeah, I was excited
Um,
because it's hard to put. Let's see. If
So
I
much
was,
memory
yeah,
in one episode.
like maybe like 10, 12 years in just one episode.
Yeah, it's tough.
we put together a lightning round
Yeah.
to just like see what
Just get some stuff
automatically
out?
comes up.
Oh man, I'm
because-
interested.
Do you want to go first or should I go first?
Are we going straight down?
Yeah, it's a lightning
Oh,
round.
okay.
Here,
You go
I'll
first
do you
then.
first.
Okay,
Okay, you ready?
sure.
Okay. Year you joined.
I think 2007.
Okay. Favorite benefit show.
I'll say Color We, my first one I ever experienced. But I guess the one that I'm involved in, I'll say Decipher Silent is unique because I was a big part of it in terms of character and dancer. And it opened me up to the organization in different ways.
Okay.
Changed me,
Ready?
challenged me.
First friend you met.
First friend,
Yeah. Outside of Valpal and Billing.
I honestly think Manny Frost. I almost shout out Manny Frost because I'm trying to think right now and I just remember his face. So I will say
Aw.
Manny Frost because he would he was really talkative and I also thought he was a house dancer during that time. It threw me off because the way he top rocks. Maybe because he was so good at it, it was too advanced for my eyes during that time. I was just kind of like, who the hell is this house dancer trying to join a breaking crew? But Manny, man, I think he was part one because we battled together as Rice and Beans
Yeah.
in one of the in-house battles.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Most embarrassing moment.
Most embarrassing moment?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you're giving me some juicy stuff. I don't know. I
Whatever comes to your head.
think I did it solo one time. And it wasn't like kind of whack. I don't know why I did it. I did it toward you afterward. I thought I was like, what am I doing here? Yeah.
Favorite location to teach at.
Favorite location to teach at in terms of our school?
Anywhere. Yeah.
Kipa Luminar. I enjoy that place.
My
I had a good time
kiddos.
teaching your kids because I was Mr. Michael every time I get there.
Yeah.
It was great.
Favorite person to learn from.
Favorite person to learn from? And outside of UJF?
Outside of UGF.
Tiffany Bong.
Oh, good one.
I learned a lot from Tiffany Bong. I will always be her student.
Favorite choreographed piece?
Favorite choreographed piece?
Uh-huh.
I think I really enjoyed the Breaking Teens UPS May Only Box routine. That was I watched it recently with you, and that was one that I was like, wow, that was actually a really good piece, like production in terms of what we did on that stage. So
Biggest lesson you've learned?
I would say get involved with the youth and grow with them as well. I feel like that's something I learned through Coach Shock. You know, get involved with the youth. Don't be shy and try your best to teach them, but also because they also learn through them too, because they're also a big reason why you're gonna be who you are in the future. And yeah, get involved with the youth.
Something you miss the most?
I miss the people.
Yeah.
I miss the people. The dance is always gonna be there, because if you don't dance, you know, the dance is always gonna be there. But I feel like the people can't be replaced, right? So I miss the people. I miss just laughing and, you know, just being there at rehearsal and dancing. So the people.
I got two more. Most inspiring culture shocker?
Most inspiring culture.
Yeah.
You.
Oh,
I'll say you. I'll say you're pretty inspiring in terms of my time growing, right? I'm not just saying because you're my girlfriend or significant other.
Girlfriend.
I see what you do personally, and I see the struggle you went through to even give that back, you know? So I feel like a lot of people don't see what the work behind a leader or a teacher or even a dancer sometime, you know? So got emotional.
Thank you. If you could do it again, what would you do differently?
Ooh. What would I do differently? I have to do something differently. Or what if I chose the cliche? Oh, I wouldn't change anything.
No, you
I
have to change something different.
I will. You know what? I will probably train harder on a different style.
Ooh.
Because during our time, we got the chance to train with so many amazing street dancers from different style. You know, I feel like I dabble in locking a little bit for fun and training, but I really probably would have been like, you know what, I'm gonna show up to your rehearsal. You know what I mean? Like, you can, right? You could join the class. So I feel like back then, if I can, I probably would have put more effort in like attending certain training, just because you know, I want to grow in that style too. So yeah, I think if I can, that's one.
Cool.
Boom, boom.
Great job.
Wow, your questions are really good. I feel like my questions are not that great no more.
See, I took time.
Okay, I did take time.
Okay. I'm ready.
Number one. What's your first memory of Coach Shock?
Orientation with everyone, all the teams together, sitting in a circle, and you had to introduce yourself.
Wow, I remember that.
And then we did a group picture.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's something I remember.
Okay. Who was the first person you talked to when you joined Coach Shock?
I think. I don't remember.
First
person that I remember as my first friend is Eddie Valens.
Eddie. Okay.
Yeah. Eddie Valenzuela.
What's your favorite street dance style?
Locking, for sure. I mean, I like all the dance styles in different ways. Or I like locking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Locking. Do you prefer Thursday or Sunday rehearsals?
Sunday all day. Sunday. We get to play with everybody.
That's so funny. Do you prefer? Oh, I'm sorry. That's the one. Who's your favorite locker?
My favorite locker in Culture Shock?
No, in general.
I do like P-Lock.
P-Lock.
He's my
favorite.
Dope. He's just so fun to watch.
He's so funky.
Yeah, he is.
He's like Mario
and
locking.
He's like a little guy.
He's dope. Yeah, check him out. P-Lock. Okay, now, if you had to pick someone for Coach Shock, who's your favorite locker?
My favorite locker in Culture Shock?
I've read your mind.
Wait, I'm trying to remember all of the lockers. I think Donna's my favorite.
Ooh, yeah, Donnie's dope. I
Yeah.
agree.
I mean, we go
Tiff
way.
is dope too, though. Fuck.
Me and Donna have
Yeah.
a long history. We go way back when we were in high school in rival high schools. But she was locking ever since then, and she's been the funkiest locking locker
Okay.
ever. So I remember. So she's
Sunny
like
D-Lot.
someone that's stuck in my head.
Okay.
Shout out Donna
What's your favorite memory with Future Shock Los Angeles?
with Future Shock.
Yes.
My favorite memory is, besides working with you, some of the pieces are pretty awesome because I got to get all my ideas out on them, and
That's dope.
yeah,
To see your art created on.
yeah, like some of the pieces, like the Disney piece was like
Yeah.
one of my favorites. The texting piece was like my favorite.
Okay,
So
okay,
being
okay,
able to
okay.
do that with them was fun.
What's one of my strengths as a co-artist or director?
Training. Training for sure. Training and freestyle
training. All right.
and street training.
What's your favorite part of being an artist director?
I do like when everything comes together at the end. So being able to see the different parts, like let's say putting a benefit show together, and then being able to be like, okay, you're in charge of this piece, you're in charge of this piece. It's like a big puzzle, and then you're like crossing your fingers at the day of the show. Everything comes together, and it's like there's nothing like it. It's
Like
either
it.
things go wrong or
Putting a puzzle
everything
together.
goes. You have faith, and everything goes the way you wanted it to go.
Okay.
I think that's my favorite part.
You always like putting puzzle together.
I
so
do.
That's good. Okay. What's one of your favorite part of CSLA assemblies and shows?
I like seeing the excitement of the kids. It's just that spark of like being inspired, like a core memory, like providing that core memory for them. I think that's always fun because then they get excited and then they're pumped and then they want to join, and who knows where it could lead. It could lead to a career in dancing or something.
Yeah. I just got a memory of all these kids jumping around doing
Yeah.
the kids dance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, they don't know what they're doing, but their body is just
Yeah.
trying to imitate what's happening,
Yep.
but they're flopping around. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Okay. What do you value the most from the years of your Coach Shock experience?
I value the people for sure. I loved how positive everyone was and how supportive everyone was, and there's just a vibe. I don't know. I mean, you can go to a dance studio and then there's like kind of like competition vibe, but then in Culture Shock it was like family, and like you wanted to be there. You wanted to spend your whole time there with the people, and it was just always fun to put stuff together and work together to do stuff.
True. All right. Just a bonus one. What's your favorite benefit show?
Which Away.
Which
Which
Away?
Away was
That's a really cool
my
one.
favorite one.
Is that the one with the lights?
That's the one with Dr. Seuss? Yeah, with the
Lights at the end?
lights. Yeah,
Oh, that was cool.
with my.
I got to choreograph for that
co-artistic-
one there.
Yep, with Richie. That was my favorite.
That one's cool. I like that. Okay, well, that's
great
all.
Job.
Great job, Bubba.
Aw, thanks,
Thank you so much,
Shock.
Coach Shock Los Angeles. Just so you know, Coach Shock at Los Angeles, or Coach Shock in general, is not just based in Los Angeles. It originate in San Diego.
Mhm.
There's many other organizations throughout the United States, right? There's Las Vegas still around, I believe.
Mhm, I think so.
Chicago. I haven't. I'm not a part of Coach Shock in a while, so I don't
it's
know.
been a while.
It's been a while.
You shouldn't
If
share,
anything,
yeah.
I don't want to share anything,
There's
but if
other ones,
anything,
yeah.
Coach Shock San Diego for sure. Hopefully, still is around from my memory.
Yeah.
That's where it was created, and Coach Shock Los Angeles. So, thank you so much, y'all.
I'm sure there's many things we've missed,
Yeah.
but it's been a while. But we're
And-
just going off our memories.
And again, this is just our experience. You know, everyone have a different experience of this organization as well. So, hopefully, we get another chance to talk more about Coach Shock Los Angeles and our experience. But this is what we wanted to share and talk a little bit about today. Before we end, want to do your lesson of the day, Bubs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So is it message lesson tip of the
I
day?
don't know, whatever tip message of the day.
I think mine is to surround yourself with like-minded people. I think what I loved about Culture Shock was that everyone was also like striving to be the best dancer that they could be, and they were sharing with each other
Mm-hmm.
what they knew. And I think the reason why I thought about this was because there were times where people believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. So you want to surround yourself with people who uplift you, inspire you, and that can
That's
help
great.
you grow.
Yeah.
And if you're around toxic people, take yourself out and find yourself a new tribe. Like, you want to be able to surround yourself with people who make you better.
I agree.
That's all.
I agree. That's a good one.
How about you?
What popped into my mind was when you spoke was be around people who believe in you, right? And I would say this is that when there's a chance in your life to be a leader, and so people believe in you to be a leader, take the opportunity and do your best, right? And learn from it, because I feel like I got that experience through Coach Shock when they asked me to be the, I guess, director for breaking. I didn't expect it, and I honestly didn't even wanted to do it. I was really scared, nervous, and at the same time I didn't believe that I should be doing it. But there were people who believed that I could be in that position and do great with the team, and I took the position just because people believed in me.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know what to do. That was one of my first time, and then outside of my dance crew, my dance breaking crew, being a leader. But I learned so much through that, and at the same time, I got a chance to direct with you, and I learned so much through that, right? When I got the opportunity to be a leader, right, and then the opportunity to be a community dance teacher as well, a teaching artist. That's a huge shoes to be part, put yourself in, right? And when you put yourself out there and take that chance to be a leader, you experience a lot of cool stuff in life,
Yeah.
and you change a lot of life. So, at least in a good way, and I think I hope I did somehow, some way. So yeah.
I think it's great when you're surrounding yourself with, people that I mean, like, because they put you in that position, they didn't let you flop. Like, they
Yeah.
were there to support you and
Yeah.
give you tips, and it just made you grow.
I agree.
So,
That's right. Surround yourself with good people and believe yourself when it's your chance to lead. That's all.
and do your best.
Do your best. Well, that's it for today. Anything else, bub?
That's all. Thanks, guys.
Congratulations to Coach Shock Los Angeles on the amazing 30-year. I got a chance to party and celebrate with y'all recently. Oh my gosh, yes,
I was there in
did.
spirit in the photograph.
You were there over in the photos, but I celebrated a little too much with y'all. But I had a good time. Thank you so much for taking care of us as young dancer and teaching us to be leaders within our community. And we really do truly appreciate all the service you guys have provided for us, and hopefully for the whole future generation of dancers from around the world. And with that said, thank you so much to everyone who's been listening to us and has been giving some feedback and has been liking, sharing, subscribing. We're going to continue doing this for y'all. We love you guys, and we are out. Hmongipino, we're peacing.